they'll give me extra time, like 4 hours or so, and I'll always get done. They say, "You check your answers twice." I'm like, "Yes, I did." Like, "Oh, you still got?" I get done like 30 minutes. Like I was doing like that. Like I've been.
What?
It just that was
Wow.
yeah. Um.
That is so awesome.
Uh. I appreciate the time though, because sometimes you need extra time to get your thoughts together, like you said, and we study your notes and things like that. So extra time is
Hmm.
different. So there's other survivors watching on here. So I seen a couple of it. What do you have any other tactics for memory or something? Do you have any other like tactics or anything you did for memory, like to help you remember or say information? Do you have any other
Yeah, it's
things you
yeah,
do?
hmm. There's a few. Yeah, I still, constantly do certain activities every
Mhm,
day to keep retaining. But the
mhm,
things that really help me remember things, I take pictures of everything.
okay.
And I actually got this advice from another survivor that I met randomly at a fair one day because she
Mhm,
recognized me and she was like, she has an injury and I need to talk to her. It was so bizarre. Like I was like, what? But
yeah.
she suggested me taking pictures of everything and recording everything so I can remember, okay, this is, where my car is parked, or this is where this is, or even just retaining the information
Mhm,
of remembering like what I did that day.
mhm,
I also, what I did in the beginning though, I literally would have a book and I wrote down everything that I did that day and I
mhm.
wrote the time of when I did it. So
Wow,
planners helped so much.
you're real detailed.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because it was that bad in the beginning. Because I would do something, then turn around. They're like, Courtney, what'd you do today? I'm like, I don't know. I know I did something, but I don't know what I did. So I had to constantly,
Remind.
in order to retain it. Yeah, it was like a reminder and going back and seeing things. But that, and also what helps the brain as far as memory, um, music. I love listening to music, but I would try to, listen to music and memorize lyrics, and and that was actually fine because I would get up and dance, and repetition is key.
Oh,
Yeah, represent honestly, repetition is key. The more you repeat things, it'll stick. And then the last thing I do constantly, I do Lumosity. It's a brain game,
yes, yes.
Lumosity.
I've
You've
done
heard
that.
of it?
A while, but I've done it before, and it definitely does help. It definitely does. That's a good one. I put that in the
Mhm.
comments description, different things that people can do. So that's a good one. I'm glad you said that.
Mhm.
So you said you dance. So is there anything like you meet any dancers or anybody in specific inspired you or helped you along the way? I know you mentioned you met a dancer or something like that. When we're talking.
Mhm.
Yeah, tell us about
Yeah.
the head of our injury as well.
So honestly, dancing, everyone that knows me, they know how much I love dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the main thing though, that also kept me pushing to be able to walk again and to be able to move again. I wanted to move freely like I used to. And I love dancing. It makes me happy.
Yes.
Whether it's praise dance, whether it's doing, choreography, whether it's ballet, whether it's, anything, salsa, merengue, whatever. I love to dance. Just turn on the music and let me dance. And so not being able to do that, it was for me very devastating because as much as I wanted to move around, I couldn't. So we worked so hard to be able to get me up and moving again. And
Mm-hmm.
the awesome thing about my therapist, what they did, they knew I danced. So they would put certain exercises together.
Uh,
And everyone knows if you could walk, you can dance. That's the first thing that, in the dance community we say to anyone that's not really coordinated. If you
yeah.
can walk, you can dance because all they are just steps that are put to music
Okay.
and to a rhythm, right?
Hmm.
So I would always like listen to music as I was exercising, and I would just constantly visualize myself dancing like how I used to. And that's actually something that my one of my therapists, John, when I was in St. Louis, he suggested me do. He said, if you could visualize yourself doing it and just picture yourself doing it and doing this and just do the steps, everything else will follow. And that was a really hard process, because when those functions in your brain are damaged and it's not going back to that same route like it normally goes to, normally it has to find a different function, which is an
Right.
abnormal function in that connector. So that's what my body was doing. I was trying to move, and I'm struggling with these tremors that are painful. Feels like a Charlie horse, but I just kept watching more dance movies. I kept seeing more people dance. I would just get so happy seeing them dance. I would just like be, like grooving and stuff and just vibing out. And eventually, as my physical therapy advanced, and my OT, basically my physical therapy advanced. My Steve, the one I go to now, he was like, "All right, dancing girl, we're gonna get you dancing again," and he would make me do a lot of different stuff, and it carried over. And so I was eventually, one of my friends who does salsa dancing, she's like, "Court, we're gonna dance together. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." And so she would teach me moves, and I would practice them at home. I would practice all the moves at home until I could get it again. And eventually, my brain remembered something, and all of a sudden, I could do it.
Competitions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But it was a slow progression, but eventually the more I kept doing it, the better it got. You know what I mean? Even if I had to fight through the tremors, I would just like keep pushing it. And also too, one thing that's cool that also helped me dance when I took my first dance class, there's this KT tape. All athletes use it, KT tape, and that's what my therapist Steve used on me to help me get that. It was called neurological feedback to the brain of where the um, muscle groups are supposed, or the muscle groups or the body is supposed to be in space. And so I take myself up, take up my arm, my torso, my leg, and I went to that dance class. Girl, it was like I had no tremors. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." It was like a miracle. And so I was able to dance, and it made it a lot easier. And then eventually my brain continued to heal. And I'll say literally 2019 is when the tremors completely stopped. And that was a miracle in itself. And I was like, "Okay, God, you just showing out now." Like, oh my gosh, I can dance. Like, I'm dancing, I'm doing it. And I cried when it happened. I couldn't believe it.
Oh. So is there any, I'm a movie buff. I love movies. And so are there any movies you can recommend for survivors to watch? Because I know there's movies I know like Soul Surfer, that's a pretty good movie. I know them. I know others, but I can think of right now. But do you have any other movies that can come to mind that you could think of for survivors to watch?
Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys, write this down and put this in your what is it, repertoire, or your, yeah. Put it in there. You guys, there are three significant ones that came out literally around the same exact time I actually had my injury. And it made me so encouraged, because I didn't have a support group. I didn't have anyone that understood what I was going through. And the first one is Concussion with Will Smith.
Okay.
And it talks about that doctor that discovered.
Yeah. Or Concussion.
Mm-hmm. It's really, really good. Concussion's really good. There's another one that my teacher actually suggested, because she watched it, so she told me to watch it. It's called My Beautiful Broken Brain, and it's actually about a director who I think she had a brain aneurysm, and she literally documented her whole journey of surviving that. That one's really good. And the other one that I recently discovered on Netflix, and I cried when I saw it. I have to work my way up to actually watching it, because I'm not, oh girl, it's a lot. But it's called Brain on Fire. That one is so good, but I have to like kind of work my way up to seeing it again, because halfway through it I was boohooing crying, because I was like, I understand.
It's on Netflix, or
It's
is
on
it on?
Netflix. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch it. Right.
Yeah, I think all three of them are too. I think all three of them are on Netflix as well. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think they are.
Come out. So through all this, what have you learned about yourself?
Mm. Oh man.
Go
Well,
with.
for sure. Huh?
long list?
Well, it's just a lot condense it, you know.
Just pick one.
Okay. Well, I'll just say one thing I learned about myself is that um, I'm very determined, and by standing on my faith and just like trusting God even through this process when I didn't understand what was happening, He was right there. And I learned to even in the midst of things that you don't understand, keep moving forward as best as you can. And that's what I've done this entire time,
You have
just
to.
going through the process of it.
That's beautiful. I like that. So what do you want others? Well, okay, first I'm going to this. So, so we talked about filmmaking. So I
Mhm.
see some of your work on Facebook. So, ma'am, you're talented. You had a video.
Oh, thank you.
So let's connect that way. Filmmaker life. So how is
Yeah.
that for you, or what have you know with that?
Well, so this entire time I've been documenting just my story
Mm-hmm.
and just my life going through this. And I have so much footage, I really don't know what to do with it. But um, that was my way of also still being able to do things that I love, being able to create. Um, and so what I'm doing, well, what I have done with that though, honestly, all last year, I somewhat kind of dipped my foot back into acting a little bit, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
I know.
I was, I was, well, no one knows this. It's kind of like in secret, but I guess I'm going to say it now. I was in about two, was it two? Yeah, two commercials. And
Oh,
yeah, I haven't said, I never posted anything. It was just like, yeah, I was in a commercial. Okay, that was fun. And my mom was like, post your stuff. I'm like, I mean, but yeah, yes.
somebody humble.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I've just being back on set, like
Mm, get
that
back.
made me so happy. And I just meeting all these other actors and, different things like that. It just made me so happy to be back like on set and being a
Yeah,
part of film,
yeah,
oh girl, it just like those things that I love and enjoy. It makes me so happy to be able to do them. And it was actually my cousin who pushed me into that one. So Mimi, if you're watching, thank you for always pushing me outside my comfort zone. But that's what I've been doing, for that. And then as far as directing, I also love doing photography. I still love film work, videography. And so I work with my mentor here in Dallas, and he's been showing me all the ropes. And, sometimes we've actually done a few, we've done fashion shows. He's let me be a part of that. We actually filmed what was it? Well, someone was trying to do like a class study, and we were able to film that, which was really
yeah.
really cool. So
Mm,
that's been a blessing to still be able to try and be mentored by people that want to take you underneath their wing, because
yeah.
they're like, hey, you're gifted in this area. Let me show you some things that you're going to need to prepare
Exactly.
for and do.
Love that more. So yeah, I love that. That's dope.
Hmm.
I love that. That's cool. Um. So what do you want other survivors to know?
No, know about like brain injury
In general,
or
like in words of encouragement to keep pushing
oh.
forward, not give up.
Okay, yes. Guys, keep fighting, keep pushing. Because and just because like if you don't feel supported or if you don't know any resources or people that have gone through things or gone through brain injury like you're going through, there are support groups out there. There's some that are online that you
Yeah,
can be a part of. Brain Injury Association of America. If you go online, I think it's a BIAA.org, I think, Erica, is that right?
find it in the comments up in the under the description. I find it. I think it is the idea.
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
it's that organization is really beneficial. It talks about like advocacy and support I think there's different seminars around in the United States that actually go on too. But also look in your state to see if there are other like support groups or clubs, brain injury clubs that you could probably be affiliated with, because that's where your advocacy is going to come into. And also too, this is another important one. Brain injury is very new. And this is what I learned from my doctor. They're still trying to learn, huh?
Since when?
Yeah, they said it's, well, like the extensive studies that they're doing to be able to
Oh,
come up with cures for, yeah, for brain injury, and knowing why uh certain parts of the brain work or some parts don't. They're still, studying it. I mean, and my doctor, who's a specialist, he let me know that, but he said, just know that we're going to figure this out together. And when you're supported like that, it makes you
makes it
feel a lot better. hmm
is.
Yeah, so that's part's really important, and just keep pushing, guys. Don't give up. Just know that at the end of this, even if you're not 100% like you were, healing is a process, and sometimes you have to adjust even to your new self. And I still have to adjust to my new self every single day, because I can't operate like how I used to, right? You know, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, celebrate this new person that you are, and learn you again. Learn your new self. Yeah.
Yes,
And that's pretty
love that. So what's next for you?
Oh, I ask myself that question every single day, Erica. I do. I'm still trying to figure that out. Like I said, I just graduated from college back in May. I walk in November. Thank God I walk in November. Um, but as far as my life and the things that I want to do as far as career wise and things like that, it's so different. It's not like what I originally thought.
Hmm.
Because I wanted to like be out in LA by now and being in film and doing that type of stuff. But that honestly, that passion has kind of changed, and it's okay. And I'm trying to navigate right now what it is that I want to do and what I'm meant to do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm trying to figure it out. But I'll figure it out, whatever that is. And I guess in the meantime, as I'm figuring it out, I'll just, as the things that make me happy, I'll just keep creating.
that's right.
I think that's what I'll just do for now. And
Meantime, yes, in the meantime, just create.
hmm
You're creative, so why not create? So I love that.
Yep.
So let's play a
hmm
game. Let's play a game called This or That. So,
Ooh, okay.
comedy movies or drama movies?
Comedy.
Why?
I really love laughing. I love to laugh.
You're really good. You have to cook or about to eat.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, huh?
Isn't it tricky?
Mm, it is tricky because honestly, I'm a big foodie. I love to eat. And I would say both, honestly. I would say both because I like to experiment and try new things.
It's not the this or that. Is the name of the game.
Oh, this
What do
is so
you have?
hard. I guess I'll just say go out to eat only because I like to explore and see new things. I'll say that. But
Good answer.
honestly, I like both.
Okay.
I like both.
Play a video game or watch a game.
Playing the video game.
Really?
hmm
Okay. So would you rather shop in person or online shopping?
In person. I hate shopping online because I don't know exactly what it's going to look like on me. Like it's kind of like one of those things. It may look cute on the hanger, but once you put it on, it's like,
What is
no, this ain't it.
like CDs or iPod? CDs or iPod?
iPod.
Okay. I'm a CDs girl myself, but okay, iPod. Love portrait or family food?
Family Feud.
You have to
Because I love to see what the reaction. I mean, like you know, I like to kind of imagine like I'm in that competition, and I try to like, you know, try to spout out to see if I can quickly come up with an answer. And that honestly, that actually helps too. Those type of games, if you're a brain injury survivor, like trying to, yeah, it's like a mind game, and you could kind of practice that as well, but it's in a fun way.
Okay. Well, tell people where they can find you at so they can stay connected.
Yeah, so guys, you can follow me. I'm literally revamping all my social medias right now, but you can most definitely find me on Instagram at it's itscourtneexo. My name is spelled Courtnee. I have double E. So Courtnee XO on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. It's Courtnee XO. And also my more of my, I guess my professional page is Courtnee Lorraine. And it's on Facebook and Instagram as well. My photography page is Lorraine Images. So, and that's on Instagram. So you can find me on there as well.
I'll put all that in the description so people can definitely see it when they. Okay, so I want to leave with some facts about concussions and brain injuries. So it says 75% of brain injuries are caused from concussions. Did you know that? One point.
I
One,
no, I do not.
you didn't know? Okay. 1.7 million people sustain a TBI annually. 1.7 million, like there's a lot of people.
That's a
270
lot.
to a TBI. That's like so many people. So it's not uncommon. Like
Hmm.
it's definitely something that goes on longer than we think it does. I never knew about TBI. So I had one. Like I never knew about it, like ever. And so it's definitely worth looking into. So like I said, it happens more than we think it does. Like concussions
Hmm.
in your head or something like that. You think, oh, I'm fine. It might be more than that. So get checked out.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
yeah. I'll leave our information in the description of this video. I thank you, Courtnee, for your time and for telling us your story and being my guest on this show on TV Cover. It's so exciting.
Thank you for having me, Erica. Like, I've been so excited all week to be able to do this with you, and I'm honored to be on your show.
Thank you. So have a good day.
Thanks, girl. Have a good day.
Bye bye.
Bye.